Prescott Academy is a clandestine government facility that grooms young girls to become skilled assassins. The head of this organization, Hardman, recruits them as early as 10 months old to provide a comprehensive education, devoid of external influences. These girls undergo rigorous training, mastering deadly skills from shooting at the age of 3 with firearms larger than themselves to adeptly handling high-speed car chases by the age of 6. Their daily routine includes honing various combat abilities, ensuring they can seamlessly execute perilous missions as teenagers without arousing suspicion. A fundamental principle enforced by Hardman is the prohibition of forming emotional bonds, even though all the girls are orphans. Consequently, they are nameless and known only by their assigned agent numbers. Presently, the top-performing student at the academy is designated as number 83, displaying remarkable marksmanship and combat prowess. However, she questions the no attachments rule, finding it perplexing. One day, during a peculiar exercise involving a stuffed toy and a pen, 83 defies instructions by clutching the toy to her chest. This act prompts Hardman to cast her as a negative example and mutilate the toy. Emotions start to accumulate within 83, reaching a breaking point over time. As she matures into a teenager with exceptional combat abilities, her primary competition remains number 84, who consistently ranks second in proficiency in all aspects. She harbors a strong disdain for 83, and were they not both part of the same agency, she might consider eliminating her. 83, being the first in her class to be activated, is tasked with perilous missions ahead of her peers. While 84 consistently resents this arrangement, she lacks the authority to voice her protest. Upon activation, 83 embarks on numerous missions, her teenage appearance shielding her from suspicion. Nevertheless, she yearns for a conventional teenage life she has never experienced. During one mission, as she surveils a target, she becomes aware of a neighboring party where carefree teenagers revel in their youth. This starkly contrasts with her own abnormal existence, prompting her to realize the childhood and teenage years she missed. Determined to escape the academy and its responsibilities, 83 endeavors to grasp the essence of a typical girl's life. To achieve this, she gathers intelligence about high school life by watching films like Mean Girls, The Princess Diaries, and Clueless. During mundane meetings, she discreetly reads magazines. However, her penchant for magazines gets her into trouble when Hardman catches her engrossed in one during a crucial mission briefing, reminding her of the imminent danger. A critical mission looms, capturing an arms dealer and notorious mafia figure Victoria, who was located in a city 8 hours away. The mission must be executed within 2 days, or Victoria will vanish. 84 hopes to partake in this operation, anticipating it will earn her favor with Hardman. However, it is 83 who is assigned the task. In the ensuing scene, Victoria is found in a construction zone, holding 3 hostages. She taunts them and removes their blindfolds. Shockingly, one of the hostages reveals herself as 83. In an instant, 83 launches an assault on Knox and subdues all her henchmen. She attaches a hook to Knox, which connects to an overhead airplane. They are hoisted up to the aircraft, but Knox retains her firearm, aiming it at 83. In a daring move, 83 severs the harness, plunging into the river below, while Knox is drawn into the airplane. Back at the academy, Hardman notices 83's absence and attempts to contact her through a wrist device. 83, however, remains silent, recognizing this as her sole opportunity to break free from her past. She discards her wristwatch, determined to leave it all behind. Following these events, 83 adopts an entirely new identity as Megan. She enrolls in a high school in Newton and arranges to live with a family through a website. At the airport, the Larson family, consisting of Mrs. Larson, her son Parker, and her sarcastic teenage daughter Liz, welcomes Megan. Liz, initially resistant to Megan's presence, struggles to adapt to the change in her household dynamics. She finds Megan's enthusiasm for ordinary activities like riding the school bus peculiar. On her first day at school, Megan stands out by donning an eccentric outfit, attracting the attention of her peers. Shortly after her arrival at school, Megan becomes the target of bullying when a student named Gooch cruelly labels her as fresh meat, provoking laughter from onlookers. To ease her discomfort, Liz kindly offers Megan more inconspicuous clothing. During a school assembly, Megan is tasked with addressing the entire student body as a foreign exchange student. Before taking the stage, she encounters Roger, a nerdy student responsible for managing the AV equipment for the school's band. Drawing from her knowledge of movies, Megan initially dismisses him as a nerd. As Megan is introduced to the entire school, she becomes the subject of ridicule and name-calling. The students mock her and even suggest that she should return to Canada, her presumed place of origin. When the taunting escalates, Cash, the charismatic leader of the school's band, intervenes by performing a song. Megan is instantly drawn to Cash, who is the most popular figure in the school. During lunch break, some cheerleaders extend an invitation to Megan to join them, but she declines, assuming they are similar to the mean-spirited cheerleaders depicted in her favorite movies. In her biology class, she re-encounters Roger and strikes up a friendship with him. Roger appears to be attracted to Megan, but her attention remains fixed on Cash. The following day, she is paired with Cash as her lab partner. However, other girls in the class urge her to select a different partner, desiring Cash for themselves. Unaware of their intentions, Megan decides to audition for the role of the school's mascot, believing it is a way to get closer to Cash. She is promptly selected and summoned to practice for an upcoming game. During one practice session, a group of masked individuals rushes towards her, attempting to abduct her. Megan's combat skills come into play as she effortlessly overpowers them, leaving everyone astonished. Initially, she believes these masked assailants to be agents sent by Hardman, but it becomes clear that they are individuals from a rival college intent on causing trouble. Meanwhile, at Prescott's base, Victoria is held captive and interrogated by Hardman. She recognizes the unethical nature of Hardman's actions in depriving young girls of a proper childhood and confronts him about it. However, Hardman remains steadfast, insisting that he is pursuing a noble cause. Victoria takes a particular interest in 84, contemplating her use as a means of escape. As news of Megan's extraordinary fighting abilities spreads at school, she undergoes a rapid transformation into one of the popular girls. Her day takes a turn for the better when Cash invites her to his band practice after school. While waiting for Cash at the practice, she converses with Roger and discovers they share many common interests. However, her infatuation with Cash blinds her to Roger's affections. Later, Megan receives an invitation to a high school party hosted by her former bully, Gooch. She is thrilled, as such parties were previously known to her only through movies. On her way home that day, Megan is abducted by individuals affiliated with Prescott. Hardman suspects Megan is collaborating with a rival organization and refuses to accept her explanation that she simply desires a normal life. He administers a truth serum, confirming her honesty but insisting that he feels entitled to her life due to his role in her upbringing. She is instructed to return to the base within 2 days. Megan is then left on the front porch of her house, creating the illusion that she is merely drunk. During her next encounter with Roger, Megan invites him to Gooch's party, hoping for his presence as her sole friend at the school. Later that night, Megan attends the party with Liz, who reluctantly accompanies her. To Megan's astonishment, 84, now known as Heather, is also present at the party. Megan suspects that Heather was sent by Hardman to monitor her, but Heather neither confirms nor denies this suspicion. Roger also arrives at the party in search of Megan, but is disheartened to see her kissing Cash. The following morning, Megan boards the school bus only to discover that the driver, disguised as Hardman, is there to warn her of Victoria's escape from Prescott and her plan to seek revenge. Hardman offers Megan the option to return to Prescott, but she adamantly refuses. Later, while driving to school with Liz, they are pursued by a masked assassin, resulting in a dramatic car chase. During this intense moment, Megan confides in Liz about her past life as an agent. Their car eventually crashes in a junkyard, but the pursuing assassin is lost. Megan recognizes her as Heather by her distinctive scent. Liz is hospitalized after the crash, but Megan decides to stay with her family. From that day forward, Megan and Liz form a strong bond. Megan confides in Liz about her life as an agent, and they prepare for the homecoming event together, shopping for outfits and helping each other get ready. While Liz goes on a date with Gooch, who has undergone a transformation after spending time with her at the party, Megan accompanies Cash to the event. However, Megan is disappointed to find that Cash hardly engages in conversation with her, realizing that his entire persona revolves around popularity. She ends the evening by breaking up with him and asking Roger for a dance. To her surprise, Roger declines and chooses to dance with Heather instead. A dispute ensues between Megan and Heather, escalating into a physical altercation. Their scuffle leads them to the kitchen, where Heather intends to harm Megan. Liz intervenes by sneakily stabbing Heather in the leg with a corndog stick. Megan seizes the opportunity to incapacitate Heather by striking her on the head, rendering her unconscious. Upon their return home, Megan and Liz discover that Victoria and her associates have taken Mrs. Larson and Parker hostage. Megan puts up a formidable fight against them, but when Liz is captured, Megan ceases resistance, still holding on to hope that Hardman will come to her rescue. Victoria ridicules Megan for her naivety and reveals herself as the very first Prescott girl, number 1. Like Megan, Victoria left Prescott, feeling that her childhood had been stolen from her. Victoria challenges Megan to a one-on-one fight and easily defeats her. Suddenly, Hardman arrives with reinforcements to assist Megan and apprehend Victoria. They storm the scene, incapacitating Victoria with a tranquilizer gun. Megan expresses her gratitude to Hardman for his assistance. In the final scene, Megan stops Roger during his drive home and invites him to join her on a helicopter ride. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing.